Sway in the morning, Shade 45. You know we like to do this, Heather B. We like to, put the spotlight on artists we think are just as dope as the artists that are heavily streamed right now, the ones that are being reported on. You're seeing all the articles on them, but we got artists that are just as dope. They might not have the backing, perhaps. Maybe they don't have the team, but they're just as dope.
That's a fact.
They don't maybe have the exposure just yet, but they're just as dope. And DJ Wonder was playing me an artist. We always go through new artists or artists that are on the rise, and just kind of like handpick people we think are dope and put our support behind them. And this one happened to be from Canada, and I was watching her rhyme. I can't think. It might have been the Blame video we were watching, and I really loved her passion. I loved her her determination. She seems like a person that, stands on a solid square. Her purpose in this game is very obvious when you tune into her music and you look at the kind of things that she stands for. She's been doing it all by herself, but she's here on Sway in the morning. Please give it up for the one and only Haviah Mighty, ladies and gentlemen. Haviah Mighty.
With the fly name.
Man. Yes.
You like the fly name?
Fly name. Absolutely.
Thank you for having me.
Name is crazy.
Why you say that? What about it?
I mean, you have to think about some of the names of artists and MCs just over the decades we've been doing hip hop. And some people, just with their names alone, you want to hear what they have to say. You think of a Nas. You like, what is Nas? What is that? You know what I mean? Cool G Rap. Like these Queen Latifah, you know what I mean? Rhapsody, like it's just names that kind of stand out to me. Eric Sermon. Of course, I'm a fan of people using their own name. But so when I saw her name, I was like, Haviah Mighty, yo, that's fly. That's worth a listen. Just name alone.
Okay.
Yes. Wow. Absolutely.
Damn, is that your real name?
It actually is my real name.
Damn, your parents looked at you when they gave birth and said Haviah Mighty.
My last name was Yeah,
man. That sound royal.
Your last name is Mighty?
Yeah.
Oh my!
Snap.
You sound like an Egyptian queen.
It's funny. It wasn't that difficult to choose the name, obviously.
Yeah.
When I'm going through album titles and trying to find that, I'm like, wow, I'm so glad I didn't have to do that for my artist name because it just was there,
Does it have meaning behind it? Did they tell you, or they liked the way it sounded?
I think for my dad, he just liked the way it sounded. He just made the name up. Every time people ask me, I'm like, I think it means my dad loves me because it came from him.
Okay.
But I don't think there's any specific spiritual backing behind it. But
are they creatives as well? Because I've often had conversations. If I have a child, how I would want to give them a name that works if they want to be an artist, but works if they want to be in corporate. Do you come from a creative family?
I would say so for sure. They definitely facilitated me and all of my sisters and my brother being musicians and just kind of encouraged it, paid for lessons. They were the ones that were doing that. And so I feel like I'm kind of the person I am, the creative that I am, from maybe them vicariously living their creativity through me. I always feel like that, yeah.
Where your people from? I know you were born in Toronto, but what's your ethnic background?
My dad is Jamaican, and my mom is Bayesian from Barbados.
From Barbados.
Yeah.
See, they got that West Indian community out there that's deep and thick, right? Did you grow up in a lot of the traditional, conventional ways of a Jamaican household, or?
Yes and no, I would say.
Okay,
there's things that I wouldn't say traditional because I don't know, if my dad is the most traditional Jamaican.
Okay.
So I don't know, I guess, what Jamaican tradition exactly
Well, let
is.
me ask you this.
Yeah.
How many jobs have your dad had?
How many what?
Jobs? Yeah.
Consistently one.
Just one job? Nah, that ain't Jamaican right there.
You know what I mean? I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat oxtail. You know what I mean? So I feel my diet's not traditionally Jamaican. So there's certain things that I think are, certain customs that are, and then there's certain things that are so not.
So your dad wasn't Rasta? Y'all didn't have any Rasta influence?
He is. And so I feel because of that, our diet follows that and those things. But a traditional Jamaican, there's things that we eat. Well, not that I eat, but that they eat. And that was never in the house. So sometimes when it comes to Jamaican culture, I actually am on the outside talking to people that's how it goes. Cause I'm, yeah.
Okay. All right. What made you think you could perform? What made you think you could rap? When did that happen? What day did you go, damn, this is something I think I could make a living at?
It took a while before I could think I could make a living off of it, but I started rapping after singing lessons. I actually took singing lessons for 7 years when I was a kid. And then after the lessons, we couldn't like afford to do them. We won too many scholarships, so like it was just like we're not doing this anymore. And then I just had this lack of creativity. I found this website called letsbeef.com when I was like 12. And it was like a battle rap website, but it was like online. So like me, who was very sheltered, young female, my parents weren't really letting me run around downtown. I was like doing my battles online in like my bedroom on the computer. And that's how I like got into it, like literally rap battling these guys from the States. And I'm just like literally like 1 minute recording. Like that's how I got into it. Then I started, you know, making my own beats, started rapping over other people's beats. It was just like this slow progression. But I think it came out of the void of not having the music lessons anymore and just like that free time on the weekends. It was like, what am I supposed to do with all this time?
Battle rapping online. Was it live battle rapping online?
Yeah. So like to paint the picture, it would be like somebody would have like they would like be on camera for a minute and they'd be doing their thing and then you like accept the challenge and then you like basically like rap back. But it's like online. You could do text battles or you could also do, I would always do like the audio camera thing. And then I was like the top 10 on the website, but I was the only girl. So it was one of those things where I didn't realize I was creating that conversation of a lot of the content that's in my music now, being in this male dominant field. It started through not even realizing that I was like the only chick on the website, you know, and I realized later on that I was kind of starting that through that website, you know?
You started your movement. It helped to formulate your movement by what you were doing on that website.
Right.
You know, and that's just putting in work, you know, and not knowing where the work is going to lead you, correct? And then you put out Flower City, what's the name? And that was in 2017.
That was like my 5th project at that point.
Okay, but that one won an award, or a Polaris, or I read that you won a Polaris.
Yeah, Polaris Music Prize.
Yeah, what is that?
So what the Polaris Music Prize is it's an entity that they have in Canada that acknowledges the best album of the year. It's been, I think, 14 years now that they've been doing it. And my 5th project, Flower City, did not win that prize, but my 6th project, 13th Floor, I just gave you the vinyl for that one. That one did win the Polaris Music Prize, which is a really prestigious award because it essentially recognizes the album as the best album in Canada in that fiscal year.
So you beat out Drake and
he wasn't
Tory
nominated
Lanez.
that year.
Tory Lanez, you beat out Tory and all those dudes, man. You beating them out now?
I'm trying to get in that conversation.
Trying to get in that conversation. How friendly are the names that are coming out of Canada right now? Is it easy to collaborate with, like the Tory Lanez's of the business and the Drakes?
I definitely think that. I mean, Tory Lanez is an artist I definitely want to work with from a stylistic and from like we're from the same area too.
Yeah.
But I definitely think like those things really need to manifest naturally, and I think that just because we're from the same area, it doesn't constitute a collaboration. I think those things are really like have to develop authentically, and so I would love to be in a position where it does align. But I don't think it's any easier than someone that's not from Toronto. Like, it just has to happen, and because he's not living there anymore, so it's not like we're gonna bump into each other or anything. So I think it'll be the same as working with any like recognized artist. He's an internationally recognized artist now, so. You know,
but you're proud of that though, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I seen him come up. I remember like talking to him like a month before like Justin Bieber tweeted his name, and I started to see that inclination, and he was one of the examples of how long it takes and understanding that you don't give up for me. So
I like this, man. Haviah Mighty. Remember the name. What's your social for folks to know?
Haviah Mighty is the social, so that's HAVIAH MIGHTY on Instagram, Spotify, Twitter, Apple Music, Facebook, all those things. Definitely follow me.
Performing at the Mercury Lounge on Thursday, and then she'll be here in New York City. She'll be in Oakland at the Noise Pop Festival next Monday on the 24th. Yes.
I'm wondering, Haviah, over here in the States, when it comes to a lot of rappers who happen to be women, you can see how the media, or maybe even just personally, they clash, you know, and how that is, I don't want to say celebrated, but it's entertaining to a lot of the public. How is the community of female rappers over in Canada?
I mean, I definitely think there's always clash, and there's this, I don't know, sometimes I feel there's an energy that doesn't always stem from the women themselves, but I think sometimes there is a fear of that competitiveness, so that sometimes we separate ourselves. But I was in a rap group called the Sorority in Toronto, and that was me and 3 other women, and we did that for 3 years. And through that, I learned that there is definitely a sense of solidarity with women. You just kind of have to find it, hold on to it, and maintain it. And so I try to be very like vocal about the fact that like if a female artist is connecting with me on Instagram, I try very much to show that I'm okay with sharing that space.
Right.
I don't think that there can only be one. I definitely think there's that conversation of there can only be one.
Right.
And I think that narrative can definitely be reversed because it's just like there's so many dudes, and dudes have this sense of community in the rap culture where it's like, let me big you up, let me hop on your track, let me, you know. And I think that it could be like that, especially because I think me as a female artist, what I bring is different than a lot of what the other female artists bring. And so I think that collaboration would actually enhance the songs that we work on together, or the video we do, or whatever the initiative is. I think is beneficial. So
yeah,
you feel it for sure, but I try to combat it by being the opposition.
Yeah. What made you end up being a solo artist?
So I was a solo artist my whole life, and there was a point in my career where I was in a group from 2016 to 2019, and that was a real cool thing that I never thought would happen. But I've been a solo artist since I started putting out music in 2009 as Haviah Mighty. Just like as we talked about, the name, didn't really think about it, and so it just kind of stuck.
Right.
And at no point did I think I was gonna have like a long-term career, that I wasn't gonna need a full-time job. But as of last year in May, I was able to walk away from my full-time job and do this full-time, and so I'm doing something that I never fathomed I could do. But I do think since 2009, I've been working towards it as if it could happen, but just deep down, I don't know if I knew.
Right.
You know? And now we're here, it's like, wow.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening, right? Come on, man. Haviah Mighty is happening. The reason why I brought up that Polaris Award, you were the first hip-hop artist to win this award.
The first first black woman to win as well.
And the first black woman to win it as well. Come on, man. We're going to play this song In Women Color.
Yes.
First song off the album. I think it says a lot, sets the tone for who you are. And folks, if you've never heard of her or you never watched her videos, perhaps you have. This is the first track on the 13th Floor album. We're going to come back and hear about these bars.
Hey.
We're going to see about these bars, though, Haviah. Sway in the morning, Shade 45. Let's get it. You want to talk with us, citizens? 888-742-3345.
If I was taller, you would run from me, huh? If I... Nah. Little nigga couldn't
shake me.
Little nigga
couldn't break me.
Hey.
Nah.
Yes.
Yeah. What was that about?
Oh, that was a lot of like personal thoughts. That was kind of almost like a monologue of personal thoughts. It started off with like why I think, me being a female makes me more palatable, or like what makes me more palatable of an artist, and how there's parts of my story that are easier to digest, and then there's parts of the story that are harder to digest. And it was kind of like the starting point of the album becoming what it was, just like this monologue thoughts of I'm a female in this rap world, and like what do I have to offer, and what makes it easy for them to get me, and what makes it difficult, and how do I transcend the perception of me.
That's real interesting, huh, Heather? Like,
it's dope,
right?
I mean, yeah, and you know what too? We've been finding a lot more artists. Just you're very well spoken.
Thank you.
And that's refreshing, just to know that it's just not this one thing coming from you. Also, I'm excited. I feel like your live performance would just be crazy. Like, I don't know, you giving me this energy that you be jumping all around the place.
I do. How you know?
I don't know. I just feel your energy, and that's dope too, because I think a lot of times we just get so used. It's one part hearing the person's music, and then when you listen and talk to them, then you kind of get another side. And then when you go see their shows, then it's something else. It's very rare that it all comes together, and I just feel like all that work that you've been putting in up to this point, when people finally get to see you live as well, it'll just all come together. So congratulations to you. I'm enjoying the conversation and listening to you.
Thank you. Me too. Dope. I appreciate that.
Haviah Mighty, ladies and gentlemen. Haviah Mighty. You know this show, right? You're familiar with this show.
I'm familiar with the show.
Yeah, you shouted us out. I want to say in the Wave. Was it the Wave song? Or what was the
yes,
song?
I did.
You shouted us out in that. I heard you. Come on.
Sway nosy, Haviah.
That's crazy that I'm here now.
Yeah, and you're here now. You
spoken into existence.
Put us in a song, and I didn't hear the song when I said let's have her come up. It wasn't about that. And then I just happened when I was listening to the album, heard you in the song. Shout us out in that song, and now it's manifest. Now I know you brought bars. I mean, you shouting us out. You know what we do, Brent. You from Ontario, right, Brent?
Oh, your people.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? You know Haviah?
Of course I do. I'm part of the hip hop festival out here.
Dope.
Okay, which hip hop festival are you speaking of?
House of Paint. We do it every year. It's the Urban Arts Festival of Ottawa.
I played
and,
that.
We all know Haviah up here.
Yeah. What is the sentiment about her? Is she the next? She's the coming?
Yes, for sure. We all love her out here, and we all look forward to the rest of her album drops.
Okay.
That's dope.
Okay, it's out now, 13th floor. So make sure you support it and tell everybody out there to support it. And say a prayer for her, too, because she has now entered the Valley of the Hyena. Sway in the Morning, Shade 405. Your volume right there, Haviah. This is it.
Haviah.
This is where Tory Lanez came and spit for 10 minutes and became global. This is it.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of Canadian artists have come here and became international artists.
Brat.
This is it. This that moment. This ain't rapping on a computer screen to strangers.
Right.
This is it. DJ Wonder, drop that beat on her.
You are now entering the 5 fingers of death.
Oh.
DJ Wonder plays 5 unique beats meant to test your lyrical stamina.
I saw the look in his eyes. This guy is crazy.
Many have tried.
I'm the best. This is just another chance for me to prove it.
But many have failed.
Come on.
Some hip hop.
It's the 5 fingers of
I'm gonna
death.
tell you like I told Lauryn Hill when she came to rock. I'm gonna tell you like I told Rhapsody when she came to rock. I'm gonna tell you like I told Moo Moo Fresh when she came to rock. It don't matter what gender you are, you gotta have bars. Sway in the Morning, Straight 4-5. Let's go.
Yeah.
Haviah Mighty.
Okay. Hey. Let's get it. Haviah Mighty, nice to get acquainted. I'm a rapper and a singer, I just integrated. Talk on topics like how mom and daddy immigrated. Made the shorty, now the mother suckers imitating. I'm over it, you playing games, I think you feeling gangster. So come through like Summer Walker if you feeling anxious. Action, they want the box Roddy Rich. I give the opposite and probably not gon' soften the hit. I'm not the violent type, but lyrically the option is this. I light a fire till the body gets stiff. Then pour the right amount of arsenic in. Then start a business where we market that shit. Make sure we profit and the margin is thick, yeah. Investing is the new move. That's what we meant, that Stella got a new groove. I can't swim, so I learn it on the YouTube. Get my money up and splurge it on a new pool. Yeah, that's an oxymoron, I know. I'm emotional way more than I show. Cause on the outer there's a gorgeous allure. Inside I think about a torturous war of conversations of a hairline, a grind and making fortunes or more. And crazy shows is what I'm working toward. But what about the guy that's working the door? If that's his only job, he's certainly poor. Or what the waiter making serving the floor. That's wild to think about. Man, I know niggas in the bin, I'm talking in and out. Probably a lot of noise they couldn't filter out. Yet another problem that I think about. Why I move the way I do. Man, you don't really want the smoke, I put the single out. Tell me what these niggas pissed about. All I am is everything I've been about. Told them always go your hardest when in doubt. There's a reason this the type of shit I sing about. I want my immigrant parents to get to travel home. On my dollar they raised me up in the Castle Dome. Hope we make it to the jet across this gravel road. It takes a village for the kids who wanna act alone. Battle zone, trying to move with my brothers within forum. Let's talk about it, shit, this a forum. Man, I mean I understand the feeling's foreign, but we gotta live and clip the path to rigor mortis. Been thinking more, yo, we gotta move very swift. And our togetherness, we barely sit and very lit. So hold each other high, the weaker ones get carried in. That loyalty forever, homies I'd be buried with. But yeah, just a dark skin in the chariot. Some of them other brothers wouldn't marry it. Still I back them through the scariest. I never hand them to no terrorists. I acknowledge every error, never leave them with a terrorist. Maybe I could be a therapist. In your experience, I mirror it so well that I could write a nigga's verses. All my demos been the realest versions. Yeah, you think you know me like I've been by. You should let me show you why I swing wide. Shit, I'm sorry, I ain't even realize, my bad. I feel you phony, but my lips tied. You moving like my little pony on the hillside. Yo, but I'm the type of bitch you tip high. Never hold my lip high. Never hesitate to tell you lick mine. On it like computer software quick time. Some say I'm on my way to big time, man. You can master anything you give time. Swear I'm years deep in this. I ain't relying on no feature shit. And I don't wanna be a sweeter thing. I'm trying to conquer all this leadership. Cause all they really want is leadership. Grow a little. And like the first trimester shit, I only show a little. A few years down the line, you see I glow a little. And in the present fucking day, my shit is so official. Now I talk about and focus on the social issues. And that turn up shit gets woven into. I dig up all of the emotion in you. It's like my music is a notice issue. I hope the way I think is soaking in you. And we could talk, but I ain't smoking with you. Sway.
What?
I'm hoping that they get it now. This shit is a commitment like a wedding vow. Y'all should hand me a towel for my sweaty brow. Cause I know I'm not allowed to ever let him down. Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Haviah Mighty, come on. Yeah.
It's a go.
It's a go?
Yeah, for sure.
Green light. Green light.
We
did it again. We did it again. We did it again, world.
Congratulations.
Showing you something you need to be looking at. Put the camera on her. Put her up on her. Haviah Mighty.
Dope.
True MC.
Thank you for this opportunity, man.
We got a hyena up in here.
Hyena!
Came ready, boy.
Yo, came ready.
Ready. That's dope.
Let that be a testament. You don't have time to waste. Time is the only true currency. You can lose money and make it back. All that other stuff you can get, you cannot get time back. You come on a platform like this, you cannot waste time. Haviah Mighty came ready.
Congrats, man. Fire. Fire.
Wonder, thank you.
Fire.
5 fingers.
Five fingers, kid.
I like that.
5 fingers. I don't even throw the 5 fingers up no more, hardly.
Wow.
Because I know that most people can't handle it. I figured you could handle it. Haviah Mighty.
I feel special. Damn.
Take that back to Canada. Stand up. Stand up. Get the new album, 13th Floor. We're going to play Smoke on the way out. This is just the first of many conversations I'm sure we're going to have.
I hope so.
I hope you enjoyed your experience.
Oh, I did.
Yeah? Good.
So much. Thank you so much, guys.
Keep your light and that confidence with you. Seriously, you got it. But keep that light and that confidence with you. This industry and this game, sometimes it could be very, very disheartening and not kind. But you have extra light and extra confidence. Keep it with you at all times. You got something.
Thank
you got
you so
something.
much.
People need to hear it.
Thank you so much. I
It's
appreciate that.
There it is.